Hey, what is up, everybody? And welcome back to the Retro Pioneers podcast. Guys, we have got an awesome show for you today. I cannot wait to talk to this guest. We have a musical professional with us, an amazing singer. I was just listening to some of their music earlier today. But let's get into it. I'm Byron, one of the hosts. Miss Nate is our second host. How are you doing today, Miss Nate?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Let's get into it. Let's introduce everybody. Guys, please join us in welcoming the musical stylings of the R&B artist from Detroit, Miss Niko Noir. Woo!
Yeah, woo, 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 woo.
Yeah. Guys, this is an exciting show here. We a few weeks ago we had on, I believe it was in episode 17, 18, we had a music producer, D. Ross, who put us on to a wonderful musical artist coming out of Detroit. She's on Spotify. She's got a couple albums on there, some great singles, just a wonderful voice. Miss Niko Noir, tell us a little bit about how you got into music. Just give us the first little taste.
Man, honestly, my dad was a huge catalyst for me. Cause he would write and record himself and take me to like his studio sessions when I was a kid. So it kind of started from there. And then eventually I went to middle school. I just found my music class to be like one of my favorite classes. I really enjoyed like the assignments. We would do like rewrite songs to songs that were already out, things like that. So yeah, just
Shout out to that
surrounded
old
by it,
music
I
teacher.
guess.
You remember that old teacher's name?
Mr. Cook.
Oh, yes. Shout out to Mr. Cook. Okay.
Yeah.
Middle school music teacher. Inspiration for you. That's what's up. Now, what about after that? How did it kind of build from being inspired to write a little bit in middle school to now becoming an actual singer, someone who puts music on paper?
Gosh. Okay, so after middle school, I then went to Detroit School of Arts for high school, and I feel like that more so catered to, or I'll say pioneered my love for like just blend and harmonies and things of that sort. Then I went to college. And me going to college, I went to Bethune for like not a long time at all. It was not my speed.
Yeah, it
But I
happened to me
figured
too.
full ride, let's try it. And
Congrats.
thank you. I don't know. Like when I was at Bethune, I just felt like I was just going for my plan B before I went for the plan A. And the plan A was pursuing music and just, you know, writing my own music and driving my own music, being an artist. At first, I was more so prioritizing writing songs for others, but you go through your things as a songwriter, and just like I feel like a lot of songwriters at the time just weren't getting the respect. So I was like, you know what? I think I could be my own artist. Like, why not? And I always just had an issue with like I'm married to my songs. Like I write them, I get emotionally attached. It's hard for me to just like allow someone else to sing it. I'm a stickler for like details when I like sing it the way I sing it, please. So I just figure like I might as well just try it for myself. Yeah. It's been going from ever since I came back to Detroit, it's kind of just been, I guess, going my way
That's
So
wonderful.
for the most
when
That
you're
part.
is
when
wonderful.
you're getting into like your songwriting process, what does that look like for you?
It varies. It
Okay.
varies because there has been times where um like I will hear some production or a beat and immediately am inspired and I'm just like writing nonstop. I think the fastest I wrote a song is probably what 2 hours probably. And then there are other times where like I'm in love with the beat, but I don't know what to say on it yet. So maybe I'll just like freestyle a little melody and the gibberish. That's the way of writing a song nowadays. I'll do it that way and try to piece words in, or if I don't finish a verse, like if it gets to a point where I feel like I can't get past the hook, I can't even like finish the second verse, I'm gonna take a break and I'm just gonna, move on. But for the most part, like freestyles for real.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's up. That sounds a little bit like, I hadn't thought about that. That sounds a little bit like, a sketch artist when they first start sketching, a face or a figure. They're not going right into those hard lines right away. They're just doing a little circle, trying to
Hmm.
build out the shape of the body and what pose they're going to be in. Then they start
Yeah.
building in that detail. And I hadn't thought about music writing in that way. That's really interesting, actually.
And it's funny you said that. I was literally talking to my homegirl Ruby, shout out to Ruby, about this
Mermaid.
yesterday because she's a painter, phenomenal too. We were just talking about art and I was telling her how I really want to get into pottery. I just want to do something like with my hands because I feel like I have steady hands, but I don't use them for like anything. Like I'm an esthetician as well, but I want to like create something, you know? So she was just saying like you got to think of it how you write songs. You literally, just you're creating that foundation. It's not like it's not a thing where you're just like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do and I'm just gonna do it. It's just, you just build
Yeah.
upon it. So it's funny you said that. Full circle.
Yeah, you gotta build upon that finished product. There's layers to this. People forget.
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah. That is what's up. So when you're getting with different producers and different people to work with, what are you usually looking for? What are your what are kind of your checklist for, okay, I want to work with this person as opposed to that person?
They hang. I think that's the first thing that I think about, especially now because music is such an intimate thing for me. Man, like I look at my songs as my literal babies. So I feel like if I'm not feeling you as a person, this might not work. Like, I feel like you have to have a level of like intimacy with someone when creating music, or for me personally, won't speak for anyone else. For me personally, I need like that level of intimacy, that level of comfortability in order for me to even feel like, let's do business together, you know? So,
Yeah.
music is a business. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like you gotta just be personable for real.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, you when you first started in music, did you start out with R&B or were you in a different genre and then you moved to R&B?
Good
This
question.
is an interesting question.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I first started singing, I sang, like, in gospel, but only because it was something that I feel like was, like, being pushed on me. But I would say for the most part, like, I always had love for R&B. Always. Keisha Cole, Fantasia, Chrisette Michelle. Like, as a kid, Mary J. Blige. My mama had no
Hey.
business trying to force me to sing gospel when she's the reason why, like, I love R&B
Yeah.
the way I love R&B. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I would say it's a Imma say yeah. Imma say yeah, I've always wanted to sing R&B.
Well,
Absolutely.
that's just so natural. Growing up black in America, most of us, our first musical, dabbles are in the church.
Yes.
You get in the church choir when you're young, so your mom wants you to stop running around, so she puts you in the choir because she knows the choir teacher is real strict, that
Mhm.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that just kind of happens for most of us. I feel like that was, even for me, not being as a big gospel person, that kind of sparked me into, because there's people in the band and trumpets and that kind of stuff sparked me going towards trumpet when I was in the middle school time. So that's just kind of part of growing up black, is, getting that gospel flair, having to become part of, your musical stylings, your art history. And so, yeah, mom
Yeah,
was
I feel
keeping it
like a
real.
lot of us have had the same childhood. And, somehow, some way, we all like, had the same exact experiences. But I love
Yeah.
gospel. Like, even when I was a kid, like, We Must Praise, when I heard that by J Moss for the first time, I was like, whoa, gospel, man. But at the same time, I feel like J Moss is like gospel's music soul child. Like, he's phenomenal.
Mm,
I
okay.
think he's a phenomenal singer.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's my one when it comes to gospel music.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
So, in terms of working in Detroit and having all of that beautiful Motown influence, we talked to D. Ross about how people in Detroit kind of wear that Motown flair as like a chip on the shoulder. How do you feel about growing up with all those musical stylings and all those greats in that area? How has it kind of impacted your style?
Heavily. I feel like, dang, I don't want to just speak to Motown. I kind of was going to speak to like just being in Detroit, period. I feel like all of it goes hand in hand.
All of it. Yeah, tell us
But I
all of it.
feel
Yeah,
like,
give me all of it.
yeah, I feel like just the way I create, there's grit to like the way I create, the things that I say. I feel like a lot of the lyrics that I write is like only a person from Detroit would write that. You know what I mean? I feel like
Mhm.
I get my grit, my honesty, and my soul, like pulling at you from just like the whole Motown thing. Like the soul is what really pulls people in.
Yeah.
Like the tone, the musicality, just all of that is what is like that Motown has inspired that or has instilled that in me for sure.
Yeah. Seems like it's just woven into the fabric, I guess, of you just grow up in Detroit. It's just a part
Yes.
of you. It kind of just you can't run from it.
Yeah, you can't.
That's beautiful.
So, kind of piggybacking off of that, what are some artists that you want to work with?
The list changes often and the list is long, but for the most part, I would say right now, Dwelle.
Okay.
Dwelle has been someone that's been like at the top of my list. I really want to work with him.
Yeah.
He's
A
phenomenal
little neo
and a
soul.
Detroit legend. Who else? I would love to work with Jasmine Sullivan. I feel like that's a dead giveaway
Okay.
for
Of
a lot of people though. Brandy as well, phenomenal. I would love Brandy to
course.
just vocal produce for me. And James
Is
Songwriting.
Brandy doing a lot of vocal production nowadays? Is that
Even
her
know,
thing?
honestly. I just know like Brandy herself is crazy when she is in her vocal production bag. So if she is, I would like to know. I'm gonna do my research now.
Yeah.
But
She
yeah,
has
and
such a
James
classic
Songwriting,
voice and style.
she
Yeah, she
does.
does.
Like you know Brandy when you hear Brandy. You don't even have to see her. She has a very her voice is her voice. I love it.
She needs like a Vegas residency. That's what she needs.
I agree. You know,
Right?
I agree. She needs a tiny desk. She needs all the
Yeah,
things, actually.
Oh
absolutely.
man, I'm glad you mentioned Tiny Desk Concert. How popular has that become? And just like, gosh, how badly would you love to do a tiny desk? Like, what would your
What?
tiny desk? Who would you bring with you? And like, what? How would you set up your tiny desk? Bring a full
Man.
band, just a DJ?
No, I'm
What are you
coming
gonna
for
do?
a band. I'm coming for a band with a little horn section.
Okay.
I think I can see a horn section for me. I don't know too much about like having a string section. I mean I have one song for real that has like strings. So if I were to do that song, I'll have a little string section in there. But I love horns. I'm a vocal jazz kid, so I need the horns. I need the saxophones. I need all of that. But yeah, I would have a four-piece full band, drums, guitar, bass, keyboard, and a horn section. And some background singers.
Wonderful.
Maybe two,
Yep.
maybe three. Because sometimes my harmonies can get a little intricate.
Gosh, that sounds like my kind of set.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Out of all your performances, which one has been your favorite?
I would say opening for Dua Soleil. And that was this past Valentine's Day at what is it called? Dang, I forget the name of the bar, but it was in Corktown, Lager House. Lager House. That was my favorite experience because that was the first time I've ever experienced like a crowd chanting my name.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, like after the show, everybody just started chanting my name, and it's just like, wow, this is really what I do it for. Because I was already in I won't say a rut, but I kind of was in a space where I was like, something has got to give, and that kind of just like pushed me, like, you know what, just keep going, well, you made it this far, so just keep going. But yeah, that was my favorite, and the treatment too as well. I feel like the communication was beautiful.
Mhm.
I felt like I was the headliner and I was just the opener, just the way that they treated me just behind the scenes, backstage and things like that.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That says a lot. That definitely says a lot.
Yeah.
Those are those experiences that I think a lot of people forget about when you're coming up through the ranks of music and acting and influences that, you know, it takes time and you have to cherish those little wins. So whenever you get, some people who are in your corner, you got to appreciate that and show that gratitude.
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
oh
agree.
yeah. So now you're also a little bit of a gamer. We kind of want to work our way into that too and kind of mix in some gaming here and there.
Mhm.
You told us earlier you like first person shooters.
Mhm.
Okay, I was
I
not
do.
expecting that. You're kind of like Nate T, little gunner over here.
Yeah.
You be playing Call of Duty, girl?
Listen, I'm trying to get into Warzone. First, I was just trying to play today. It was not agreeing with me, but I have been
Yeah.
playing Farlight,
Okay.
and it's been yeah, we've been getting down on that.
I'm afraid that I might have to download that. I'm not a battle royale person at all,
It's
but
fun. There's a lot of
Yeah.
Farlight is
hmm. Okay. I said I'm trying to broaden my horizons. I'ma
Yeah.
see.
Get into it. You gonna like
Yeah,
it.
I'ma
You gonna like
see.
it.
And so how did you get into first person shooters? Was that growing up with older brothers and cousins, that kind of thing? Or just like you had some homegirls who were just like, we just get it?
My dad.
Okay.
I have one brother who was younger, but at the time, like when I first started getting into shooter games, excuse me, he literally wasn't even born. So really, my dad. He was like, I remember when I was a kid, he would play on the Xbox, Call of Duty, and he loved like zombies. On Black
Hmm.
Ops 1, to be specific, he would play zombies all the time, and I would just enjoy watching it. I could never play it because zombie, I don't know why it scared me as a kid.
Of course.
And I'm not a horror film person anyways, but I enjoyed watching him play. And so eventually I was like, okay, I want to play, but I was
Mhm.
like, I'll just play multiplayer. And I was just like naturally good at it. And like I would have guy friends play with me, even like just growing up, middle school, high school, they would play with me and they would think that it's not me playing.
Listen, I want to apologize to all the women on behalf of all of the dumb men. I don't know why. Listen, I'm one of those guys that call out other men real quick. I don't know why we do this nonsense of being super chauvinistic and super misogynistic all online as soon as we find out there's some girl playing. Like,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing, dude. It's embarrassing. We're men are just lost. American men they don't know which way is up anymore.
hmm It's
So I apologize
2025.
for that.
I
Exactly,
I
right?
accept the apology. But I'm
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to it now. I'm just like I don't even use my mic on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like if I'm playing in public matches, I'm not turning my mic on. Not at all.
There's no
I
point.
had to stop back
Unless
in
you're
the
playing with
Modern
people you
Warfare
know,
3 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
no
on that
point.
mic. Yeah, I was definitely
Uh-huh.
yelling in that mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the one making the men mad. Yeah,
That part.
absolutely.
Don't
Yeah.
let them. And then I like what I like to do though is I like to really kick ass for real, and then talk mess after
And
and
Yeah.
surprise them like it's a girl surprise.
right?
That gets their blood boiling. That is
Absolutely.
the best.
Nice, 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 nice. So you said you wanted to branch out of some other games. What are any other games that are on your radar that you're like, oh, that might be a game that I want to branch out on?
I'm not gonna lie. I got a friend that's been trying to get me to play Outlast Trials.
Okay.
Now, I said I don't do the horror game, but I don't know. I watch him play it. I watch him and some friends play it, and it's kind of entertaining to watch. So
Yeah.
I feel like if it's entertaining enough for me to watch, I can probably play it. I
Yeah.
might scream a little bit. I'm gonna jump every now and again, but I don't know. I think it's easier to play like horror games with friends than just by yourself. I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Yeah.
Nope. If I'm playing a horror game by myself, it's gonna be early in the morning. Windows are open. Birds are chirping.
8:30 on a Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not playing it at night in the dark. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that's the thing about I'm not a big horror game fan myself, but when you have people you can laugh and giggle and talk
Exactly.
shit with, it just becomes a social experience. It's a good
Yes.
time.
It's a
Absolutely.
fun time.
Yes,
Like
it
it
is.
makes it so much better.
But yeah. Well, there's one game I know you're on PlayStation, and it's on Xbox now, but eventually I'm sure it's going to come to PlayStation, just like Xbox is bringing everything. But South to Midnight is a great game. I'm trying to tell everyone to play.
I
Black
have been
protagonist,
seeing
girl in the
that.
South.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I wanna
real
play that.
fun. Super fun game. Especially
Mm.
like for me, you have ties to the South. It's just like it clicks. It really
Yeah, I've been
clicks.
seeing clips, like little cut scenes people will post like on TikTok and things like that. I'm like, oh, this might be
Right?
my speed. I might need to
Right?
get this game or somehow, some way play it.
I'm sure it's coming to PlayStation. It'll probably be like another few months though.
I hope so.
Xbox got to get their money and then they'll slide it on over
Of
there.
course. Yeah, Xboxes.
Xbox is changing, man. They're becoming just a third-party developer. They're going to do
Mhm.
a console next gen, but man, I don't know who's going to be buying that next one
Mm.
right along with PlayStation 6. So
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Right,
well,
right.
let's.
We're not doing Xbox slander, okay?
No, no,
I'm
no.
no, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie. I used to
I'm an
get Xbox.
Xboxer. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay, okay.
I have everything.
Oh, okay. See, I can't even. Yeah. I used to love Xbox though. I used to have Xbox as a kid. That's what I started on
Yeah.
with Black Ops. But I don't know. I was considering getting an Xbox just because of like the reverse what they call it
Backwards compatibility.
yeah, backwards compatibility. I
Yeah.
was like, I miss Black Ops 2 so bad, but I might not even.
Yeah. It's definitely a good game.
Yeah.
Good game. Good zombies.
The zombies.
Yeah,
They changed the game with the zombies on
they
Black Ops
did. They
2.
did. They
Hmm.
did.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Let's work our way back around to some music and we'll come back to some gaming there. So I'm looking at your song list here. I was listening to some of these songs, and first of all, I'm highly impressed. These are wonderful, wonderful songs. But I wanted to talk a little bit about some of your bigger hits here, Personals, your newer single, and Hummer. I was vibing with those real hard. Talk to us a little bit about the process for Personal and Hummer, and were those who were the producers on those, and kind of like what was all that like going through recording those?
Ooh. Okay, so starting with Hummer. Hummer was that song started with some production I found on YouTube. And when I found the beat, I don't know, it was just something about the beat. I just felt like it was good, but something was missing. And then I ended up reaching out to a phenomenal producer, engineer, mixer, all of the things named Ashton Woods. He's also in Detroit. Um, and I was like, man, do you think you can reproduce this? Like, it's just missing something. He was like, oh, yeah, I got you. And then he sent me like a new version, a new beat. And I was like, yeah, it was missing like the grit. It was missing the bass heavy feel to it. Like, I
Yeah.
wanted it to feel like, I don't know, when I think of Hummers or just big trucks in general, I think of like immediately I'm thinking of like when you riding around
Yeah, got the
you
bass
hear
bumping.
somebody exactly like you can
Yeah, it's
feel it.
bouncing off the concrete in the street.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I think that's what it was really missing. I mean, he really just gave it that. And then I asked my friend Ink to hop on it.
Yeah, he's
Phenomenal
doing
wordsmith.
his verses are good in there. Yeah.
He is a wordsmith. Like the things that, like just all of his verses, phenomenal. His post, please check him out, actually. But yeah, I asked him to do a verse on it and he obliterated it so fast. I was like, oh, you meant business. And it just happened like that. It was a whole thing. It was a cool
Yeah.
session. But for personal, that was also another song where the beat was where I found the beat on YouTube, but I was like, I kind of want to remake it and just give it more of a I wanted it to be like a prettier, more like I wanted
More
it to
melodic,
feel like love. Yeah.
a little more balladous. Like, okay.
Exactly. And that's not to like shit on the original production, but I just really love personal, like the new personal, because I had a few people like help me out with the production. I did the drums, and I have a friend named Kyle who did
Wow.
keys, and Saint David did guitar, and so that was a whole thing. Woods helped mix that one as well, mix and mastered. And it was just, yeah, that was a fun time. I think that's the song where I've had the most like collabs.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
See, I really liked Needed You, but the
Yeah.
one that I really fell in love with, and it's older, is Pure. That one? Yeah, that one. I said, she put something in this one.
With Armand.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
That's a good one. That is a
I'm
good
glad
one.
you discovered that.
Yes.
People don't really listen to, I won't say they don't listen to, but people tend to like just look past my features and just things that I've done with others because they're just like, where's your music? But a lot of people don't
Yeah,
even know, like, I'm singing this full song. It's just not under my page.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
wow, I'm glad yes, thank you.
Girl,
Armand
yes,
would love
that
to
one.
hear that.
That's a good one. It's a good
JT
one.
Thank
pulling out the
you.
gems.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Wow. That just made me happy.
Yeah, we looking because oh my God, I love music. I love smaller artists. I love indie artists. So
Yeah.
whenever they said we was interviewing you, I was so excited because I'm like, yes, I love that. I feel like smaller artists deserve all the recognition because I feel like y'all really be carrying it. I really do, really do.
No, but if I'll
I
say
really
that,
do. Right.
I'm too low.
Right,
I
It's
can't
a
right.
say
hot
that, but
take.
thank you for saying it. For
Yeah.
Absolutely. Y'all
yeah,
y'all really
thank you.
do got it. Y'all do. Y'all do. And you
Thank
doing
you,
your
thank you.
thing.
Oh
Keep on.
man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that.
So you mentioned you had the opportunity to collab with a bunch of people on these, with whether it be on the writing or the instrumentals. What's that like when you're collabing? And you said on Hummer, your guy came back and brought you the verse back real quick. How does that raise your level when you're working with people who are coming in with skills and they're firing on all cylinders? What does that do for you?
What? Like, that's so inspirational for me. It's motivational for me because it's hard to find people who are just as passionate about music as you are. And I don't understand why. Well, I guess I can understand why. I feel like music is very oversaturated. Everybody feels like they can create music, but and I don't understand like how people are surrounded by others who are really great at what they do and are like intimidated. If anything, I am motivated to like create more. I'm like, "Look, I'm not in competition with you, but I'm in competition with that version of me on that song. So let me see how I can up myself." I feel like
Yeah.
it's all about perspective, but it's motivational, honestly.
Nice. That's what's
Yeah.
up. Yeah. That's how you know the mark of a true artist, someone who's really passionate, is when the challenges don't scare them. The challenges and people who are doing well are like, oh, I got to work with that person. I need to get them on my album. I need to have them around me so I can raise my level. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's why the song sounds so good.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
we
Definitely.
got a little bit into your songs. What are some of your favorite like songs or even like artists that are out right now?
Gosh. Gosh, this question, oh gosh. Okay.
No
No
pressure. No
pressure.
pressure.
Um, Some of my favorite songs right now. Okay, yeah, okay. 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 Let me see. Let me see. I will say I've been playing as of recently, like I said, I'm going back to Dwele. I've been playing Brandy by Dwele. Um and I've been listening to Music Soul Child's I Just Wanna Sing album real heavy. Like just like re-listening to older albums that I was exposed to as a kid, as an adult, because you hear them differently. You can like relate to them, or you got a little more experience in life. So
Really.
I would say that album has been doing it for me. And who else? Glenn Lewis, A World Outside My Window. That album has been in rotation heavy too, but it's always in rotation. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah,
That's what's up.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Excuse me. What about, let's get into it. Sometimes we like to do top fives with things. I want to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
If you can, rack your memory for me. Give me, for this one, let's do top five R&B albums for you in any order.
Okay. Yeah, sit up. Uh-uh.
What you got for us?
Okay.
What you got for us?
Brandy, Full Moon,
Okay.
Music Soul Child, I Just Wanna Sing. Gosh.
No pressure. We're only going to clip this out and post it everywhere.
Please, like, please, sir, Chasing Summer.
Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
This is difficult because it changes. Uh, what's her name? What's her name? It's just one thing that gets me tripping.
Anne
It's
Marie?
Tony Braxton.
Anne-Marie. That is not
No.
Tony.
Oh my gosh.
I thought that was
That's
Tony, that
Anne-Marie.
song.
That's Anne-Marie. But the
Why did
album,
I think that was Tony Braxton?
she has an album with like a blue cover. Dang, okay. And then five. Gosh, five. I think it would probably be Stevie Wonder Visions. Is it Visions? If it's not called
Great
Visions, it's the
choice.
album with Visions on it.
Okay.
Is that Superstitious album?
Is it?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure,
Is
but
it?
Stevie is I'm so
But
glad you
it
said
might be.
Stevie.
Yes.
Stevie Wonder. I feel like people forget about Stevie. He helped create a lot of the modern black sound. Like,
You better not be forgetting about Stevie.
no, I mean, like
Stevie is
we
literally.
people of culture like us, we don't forget about him. But
Yeah.
gosh, I feel like the masses
Yeah.
have kind of
I
not
can
realized, you know, hey, he was
I
the
can
real
agree with that.
deal.
He is. He's literally like I don't he's like the music king to me.
I mean,
Like
he
music
could write,
overall.
he understood the vibes, he understood nuance. I
Yeah.
mean, he knew how to do it classically and put spin on it. Just so much talent.
Mhm. I feel like we wouldn't have a lot of the artists we have today if we didn't have Stevie. Like a
No,
lot of our favorites we would not have without Stevie.
for real.
Yeah.
Gosh. Who,
Absolutely.
speaking of like, is there anybody who we could consider following in his path nowadays? Like, is there anybody who might even,
Cleo I
touch his
think Cleo
coattails?
Soul is real
Okay.
close. The way she writes, her
Yeah.
approach to music just in general, I think she's a very great, um she's, like, really close to Stevie for me. And also, I would say Alpha Mist. I don't know if you've ever heard him. He's more so a producer.
Sounds like a gamer tag, Alchemist.
I know, right? He's fire. But no, he's a fire producer. Like, the musicality Alpha Mist has is like Stevie Wonder level to me. To
Yeah.
me. So yeah, he has like a live recording of just, literally him and the band playing on YouTube. Phenomenal. I got my life when I listened to that. I cleaned up to it. I did my hair to it. Yeah, it's a great listen.
That's what's up.
So to rack your brain a little further, what was the inspiration? How did you come up with your artist name?
I've been through so many artist names. Well, not so many, but because I first started off with Unique. That's my actual name. But I was like, I want to really separate me from the music,
Okay.
and people just tend to get too comfortable with you when they know your real name.
Yeah.
So, like, I just want, and I kind of hated it because I feel like Unique is such a great stage name, but I just had to find a way to separate. And then it was Nico Alex, random name. I don't even know where Alex came from. And it was spelled like Alyx. I just thought it was cute. I just thought it was a
Yeah.
cute spelling.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It came from, I did a poll on Instagram and I was asking everyone, like, what did I look like my name could be? And someone said Alex. And I was like, maybe I could do Nico Alex. And I kind of
Right.
went by that for a little minute, but eventually I was like, I felt like I was living a lie.
Wow.
So then I got to Niko Noir, and I just felt like Niko Noir just floated off the tongue.
Mhm.
It's kind of speaking to like noir, like the mysteries and just the
Yeah.
writing of it. And noir literally means black in French. So I was like, it's fitting. I feel like black is such a regal, classy color.
Yeah.
So kind of like double entendre type of. I don't even know. Would that be considered a double entendre?
Don't ask me
Double
about
meaning, I guess.
literary
Yeah.
Double
terms.
meaning, I'll say.
That's my brother's world.
Yeah, I guess it's a double meaning.
I like that. That's
Yeah,
really
Mm.
easy.
that's a great question and great answer. Yeah, I mean, because Nico Noir really does roll off the tongue. It gives you a mental picture of like, classy jazz musician. Like
Yes.
I'm picturing you with like a black and white album cover in a uh, jazz hall.
I want to
Yeah.
get to that point. I definitely want to get to jazz at some
Yeah,
point. Not right now. I feel like I'm still a little young minded, and so I got
for
some
jazz.
maturing to do.
Come on
Yeah, like
now.
I don't know. The jazz that I want to get into is like I just know like me lyrically, I respect jazz so much. I don't want to get on a jazz production and just say
Yeah,
what we say today in so little
Right.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta be like super calculated with how I approach it lyrically.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I believe you could do it. The thing about jazz is just it's the music of our people. The jazz and the blues is like it comes so naturally, especially when you have natural music talent like yourself. You might be surprised how ready you are to hop onto some jazz stuff.
Maybe I'm
I
just
mean, like
scared.
jazz is about taking that struggle and pain we all experience and
Yeah.
just singing it.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I could just be scared, but I'll be that for now.
We believe in you. We believe in you here at the Retro Pioneers podcast.
Absolutely,
Appreciate it.
100%. Yeah, I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
I love me some jazz, so I have
That's
to at
what's
some
up.
point.
So we talked about albums. That was the top 5. Let's talk about artists specifically.
Okay.
What are maybe your top 5 artists you want to do this year, or you want to do all time, or you want to do both?
All time, please.
Let's do
This year
all
is too much
time
pressure.
this year. Okay, let's do all
That's gonna
time.
keep me up at night.
We're doing all time Niko Noir top 5 just musical artists, whatever her top 5.
Stevie Wonder.
Okay. In no order,
Am I?
in no order.
Yeah,
Or is
please.
he number
Okay.
1?
No, we're not doing the order.
No
That's
order, no
Yeah.
order. Okay.
please. Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson,
So, of course.
Jasmine Sullivan, Brandy.
Yeah. Last one. There can only be one.
Hmm. This could really go to so many. Dwelle. I'm giving it to Dwelle. I don't care.
Nice.
Can I do an honorable mention?
Yes, please. Do a couple honorable mentions. Do a couple.
Music Soul Child.
Yeah.
Oh my
Music, I
gosh.
mean,
That's
it's hard not to have music in there.
yes, that's another artist I would really, really love to work with, just in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, Music Soul Child. That's my honorable mention.
That's a great
I
list.
think that, I think that's it. Yeah, for now.
Yeah. That's a wonderful list.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I go to that concert with all those people.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great time.
It would be like
Personally.
$800 a ticket, but
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Absolutely. So is
Oh, go ahead, Mr. T.
sorry. I was just curious. I know that we talked about your musical influences. Is there anyone who is not a musician who has influenced your musical career?
Hmm. That's a great question. Oh my gosh. I've never been asked that. I am too stunned to speak. Ooh.
AT's got the good one.
Oh my God. Who's not a musician?
Family, friends,
Yeah, it could be
teachers,
her.
actors.
I'm thinking too deep into it. I'm a chronic overthinker, so I'm like,
You go pass
Angela.
the test
But
regardless. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
gonna be
would
100,
definitely
whatever you say.
okay. Friends and family for sure. They play a huge, huge, huge part in my music journey. I feel like for me, a lot of my inspiration just comes from life, period. So, what would life be without my friends and family? Just the conversations I have with my friends, man, it sparked so many things within me. It's opened me up to so many different perspectives. So I would definitely say my family and my friends.
That's
I was
amazing.
gonna say something like Maya Angelou. I don't know. But the family and friends is a great answer.
It is. It is. That's
Yeah.
important. Yeah,
Yeah, can't forget Maya too. Maya's always great.
She's phenomenal.
absolutely.
Love my
So you mentioned you did the drums on Hummer. What other instruments are you doing on your tracks? I didn't realize you were doing instruments on there too.
look. I didn't play the drums. I don't want anybody to think I sat there and played the drums. I literally just like did buttons. I just pressed like the sounds as far as like pockets goes. I think I used maybe like a loop or something to help me with a
Okay.
little foundation. And then I had a friend Shardy help me like properly do it to give it more of a pocket here and there.
Get the time signature
But
right and
yeah,
everything.
I don't know. I tried it. I want to get into producing. I've attempted it before. I just don't have the patience, man. Like writing a song is enough for me. Writing and vocal engineering, that's my speed. If
Yeah.
I did production as well, I would never drop anything. I would
I
overthink
mean,
everything.
Big
that's the thing out
process.
here, in Hollywood, they want you to be able to wear 5 different hats. But I'm like, not everybody can do that, nor should everybody do that, because you need people to specialize.
Mm-hmm. We
And
have
so it's like,
experts for a reason.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like
Right?
not every singer can write, not every actor can write, not every actor can direct, not every director can act. It's like
Exactly.
let's let people pick their lane and celebrate the lane they want to be in.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, like it's
Think
too
about it.
tough to be
Preaching to
trying
the
to
choir.
to write your hook, then you want to produce it, then you got to play piano on it, then you got to go and mix it. It's like
On
Who's
top of
paying me for all
still
this?
being artists, like, oh my gosh, there's
Yeah.
so much that goes into being an artist outside of just the creation process. Like we gotta do promo, we gotta do marketing, we gotta do a video, a few videos, we gotta
Yeah.
do photo shoots, we gotta pay for bands for shows, and shows come
Mhm.
they're like consistent if people really, really love what you do. And it's
Yeah.
just like, where's this money coming from?
Yeah.
Where is
Right?
the money coming from? Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, just being an artist.
Mhm. Definitely. Do you have any advice for anyone coming up behind you, coming up the way kind of you did, even newer
Mm.
artists coming in trying to crack their way into the Detroit music scene on Spotify? What would you tell your younger self, having done this for years now?
Man, literally just it's gonna sound so cliche, but it's real. Literally stay true to yourself and create the music you want to hear. I feel like we are always complaining about how this is missing from the music scene and this is missing. Create it then. If it's missing, or like even if you can't create it, I can guarantee you there is someone out there that is creating what you're looking for. You're just not actively looking for it. So, hey, I would say as artists though, speaking to artists, create the music you want to hear. Like you don't have to always create the music that everyone else wants to hear. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, in a sense you're kind of creating for others. Obviously, that's why we release music in the first place. Maybe not in the first place, maybe in the second place. But at the end of the day, create music that you enjoy first. Because when it's time to perform it, you're the one performing it and you're not
Yeah.
gonna like it if you don't like the song. So yeah, that's what I was saying.
So that's great advice. Yeah, the audience always knows if you're being real or not.
They do.
You know, if you're
They
if you're
do.
phoning it in, they're gonna know.
Man. I've been to so many concerts, and I just did a performance last night opening for Oh He Did. It's two bands, Oh He Did and Sir Woman.
Nice.
And when I say you can literally tell that everyone gets along within the bands, and I've seen like bigger shows. That was a more intimate venue, I could say. And then I've seen shows that are bigger on bigger stages and halls and theaters and things like that. And it's just like it's music, but I'm not, like I'm not moved. But I was moved last night. And so yeah, you're not lying about people being able to feel that. Especially as a musician, as a music lover, you're definitely gonna be able to tell.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is that some bands lose their connective tissue with each other? Is that just egos or the
Yeah.
time? You've been doing it for so long, or
I think all can be true. I think both statements can be true at the same
yeah,
time, but I feel like most times it's definitely an ego thing. A lot of people want to run the ship. A lot of people will literally sink the ship if that means being the captain. And I feel like,
saboteur.
yeah, like being in a band, you have to know like when it's your time to shine and when it's not your time to shine, when it's just your time to be a part of the foundation. Just be present and play your role, as we stated, talking about roles. Like do your job. Do your job. Play those drums, sir. Play that guitar, sir. And
Or
when you get
ma'am,
your solo, act out. Do your thing.
right?
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Definitely the willingness to share the spotlight is necessary.
Yes, yes.
Everything, the willingness. We got to have the will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got to have that will. Let's take it back to gaming. Unless Nate, you have another music question for her.
No, 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 none for me.
Let's bring it back to some gaming. So you're a PS5 player, looking to get into some new things,
Yeah.
see some new games.
Mhm.
Are there is there anything you're excited about that you heard about coming out on the radar, you have down the pipeline?
I'm not gonna lie. You already said one of the games, the South of Midnight game. I haven't really been too tapped into like new games coming out because I've been that underwhelmed with
Well, you got to tune
games.
into the podcast. We'll keep you up
Yeah,
to speed.
I definitely am tuning in now. But yeah, no, the South of Midnight game was literally something that I've been wanting to play. And it's a PC game, but what is it called? Repo? That looks fun. I
Yeah,
Yes,
wanna play this.
yeah. Have you played that,
yes,
Nate?
yes. Oh yeah, we've played a lot of repo. It is a lot of fun. We're gonna have to connect. So once you finally get onto the repo side, you come
Yeah.
on with us. You gonna have a
I
good
got
time.
a piece. I wanna play Enzoy too, though. I love me some Sims, and
Yeah.
so I seen Enzoy, and I was like, I need to play it. If I
Huh?
do not play that game, I might crash out. But yeah,
It
no,
looks
I'm
good.
really interested in Enzoy too. It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, you
I
should
I
definitely
know
give it
that
a
game is
play.
supposed to be coming to consoles. I'm just not sure when.
Okay.
But yeah,
Before next year.
I hope too. Yeah. Now, do you have any thoughts on that GTA trailer that dropped a couple days ago? Have you seen it?
Did not see the trailer, but I'm very excited about GTA. Nobody is more excited about GTA than me. I literally
Man,
have
well,
been
you
talking
got to
about it
watch it as
every
soon as you're
day.
done with this. It is a big, big trailer.
I think your audio might have been cutting out there. Yeah.
Miss Nate, what did you think about that GTA trailer?
It was I didn't see the full thing, but from the parts that I did see, it looked good. I don't know, because they pushed it back, didn't they? They pushed the release back.
Pushed it back
So
to next year.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they always knew it was not dropping this year. I think they always
They did. There's a lot of
knew it
internal
would be
people
dropping
going,
next year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know
Well, we
what they
can wait.
are.
You know,
Liars.
everyone is waiting hotly with anticipation. That'll give us all the
It
chance
just
to
it
finish our
makes me
backlogs
mad.
of games.
Yeah, because there's a lot of indie devs that held off dropping their games when they were supposed to because they were in fear of GTA 6 dropping their games. And so now the ones that we were really looking forward to in the midst of GTA 6, we don't even know when they're coming out now.
Yeah,
Because and
Oh,
now
yeah.
they're like, "Oh, well, we're not dropping till next year." And it's just like, "Okay, well, you just messed up the whole game. You
the
need
whole
to fix it."
2025.
Yeah, exactly. You need to fix it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Miss Nico, we're getting a little close on running out of time here, but I wanted to give you a chance to let everybody know if you have any upcoming gigs in Detroit over the next few weeks, or if you're going to be a regular at any particular spots. Let us know, please, what you got going on.
I do have a release party coming up
Okay.
June 1st. I haven't posted it yet. I haven't. I'm literally gonna make the flyer this week. I told
So,
myself
this is
I
the
really
debut announcement here.
yes, yep. Release party June 1st.
Yes.
Yeah, June 1st. That's gonna be at Hunt Street Station, 7 to 10. And it's gonna be literally the Who Can Blame Nico album played live with the full band, top to bottom.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah,
How many tracks?
9
And
tracks, 9 tracks.
nice, nice.
And I'm really excited for it because I've never like heard all the songs together played with the band. Like I've heard some songs with the band, but I'm excited to hear like everything cohesively.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, that's gonna be like a rooftop outdoor vibe. I hope the weather does not. Yeah, I hope it doesn't disappoint. But yeah, June
Yeah.
1st. I'm thinking, what else? I got to pull up the calendar. But for the most part, that's the next
Okay.
one.
June 1st album release party. And what's the location again in Detroit?
Hunt Street Station. It's
Hunt Street
like
Station.
off of Gratiot. It's near like the Eastern Market area. Not like too
Wow.
close where it's like traffic, but yeah, it's not too far from it. Literally like a 5-minute drive up the street.
Nice. Very nice. So what's the preparation like getting ready to do a full set of your album? What does that look like? What do you do to get ready for that?
And we haven't even started rehearsals yet. I was trying to get through yesterday first to really like start getting to work for this performance. But yeah, rehearsals are about to be crazy. I'm probably gonna end up having like 2 rehearsals and then, sound check the day of. We're gonna do our thing. But man, like working with a band, I haven't performed with like a full band in
Hmm.
so long. So it's just like getting on one accord with the schedules for rehearsals, that can be frustrating, but it comes with the territory, so I can't even be.
Now, if it's possible, if you have any footage that your clips that you and your manager or your team is willing to share with us here at the podcast, we would love to put those out there.
For
Share.
sure.
Definitely. So if you have anything, you can send all that stuff to Justin. We'd love to help you promote and be a
Yeah,
part
thank
of it.
you.
That's one of the things why Justin started this channel, is so we can help just the blurred community of artists, musicians, actors, gamers, content creators, and just get the word out for all of us to understand, like, we got to grow the community together. And so let us know how we can help.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, that's sweet.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Well, if there's anything else you want to promote or shout out, any socials, YouTube channels, anything else, now is the time. Go right ahead.
Instagram is Niko period Noir, Niko period Noir. Uh, Twitter is me literally just like free thoughts. But if you want to be, if you want to be exposed to that, I don't know. I feel like
The
we shouldn't be
Twitterverse.
exposed to as many free thoughts as we're exposed to. But I don't say anything like too crazy on Twitter. It's Niko X Noir. YouTube is Niko Noir. Literally everything. TikTok, I think it's Niko period Noir. Yeah, literally Niko Noir everywhere.
All right. We got a quick question. When is the actual album release date? Is the release is it also releasing on June 1st too?
Sunday, May 18th.
This Sunday.
Okay,
Okay, so
awesome.
the
Yeah.
album comes out this Sunday, everybody. Check it out on Spotify. It's Niko Noir. If you're in Detroit or the Detroit area, June 1st, album release party, live band. I'm guessing alcohol too, maybe?
Yes, bring your own though.
Yeah. BYOB.
I won't be supplying.
BYOB. Don't ask us. All right, guys. Well, Miss Nate, let the people know what you're doing, what's coming up on the channel for us, for you.
Be honest, I have been just streaming a lot recently. So we're
Nothing
just
wrong with
going to
that.
stay consistent with streaming, releasing videos every now and again on the YouTube, trying to find the balance, we're figuring it out.
Guys, make sure you check out Nate on YouTube. Check her out on Threads. Check her out
Yeah.
on Twitch. She's had some great Schedule One playthroughs on there that I've laughed through, her and her buddy. More to come. I'm sure she's going to collab with Niko here in the next month. Eventually have some Call of Duty. I have some ladies busting heads in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we got a quick question. What's the album name one more time? What's the name of the album?
Who can blame Niko?
Who Can Blame Niko, guys?
Yeah.
Check it out. It's going to be good stuff. Go to Spotify. Retro Pioneers Podcast. We're going to be here every week. Please check in on Sundays for the show. We got Wednesdays with our guy banter. YouTube is up and running constantly with shorts and videos. Check out my other channel, The Odd Not Couple. Guys, we have had an awesome show with Miss Niko Noir. Make sure you check her out. Tune in this Wednesday for our upcoming banter and on Sunday for our next scheduled podcast. We'll see you next time.